Hello again, everyone. Kata Kosman, publisher of Madison's Lumber Reporter, here to give you the usual update of softwood lumber prices and what is happening in the market. And do I ever have news for you? So it's just toward the end of May, and last week on Friday, so for this week, the price guide that we published for industry is flat. Prices are flat. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, asking when is the top coming. I don't know if it's the top. It probably is, but definitely prices were not up. Just a couple of things. Studs, eastern spruce studs in eastern Canada, and plywood and OSB. So there's an issue for panel products. The manufacturers are having trouble getting the resin. It's the glue that they use to hold these sheets or the chips for OSB together. And it's pushing production for plywood and for OSB into August. So those prices are up, and the studs, the eastern spruce studs, I don't know why, it's supply and demand. A lot of building still going on in the highly populated areas of eastern North America. And so I was showing you housing starts last week were down from the month before, but way up over 1 year ago. And so today, new home sales and median house prices came out. Same thing, down. Home sales are down from a month ago, but way up from this time last year. And house prices are actually up quite a bit. I'll be doing another video on that. But that's the underlying sort of supply and demand situation for what is happening with the movement of the lumber prices week over week as construction activity, comes on, keeps going as it was for a good year. So when I say prices are flat, talking about the benchmark Western Spruce Pine Fir KD 2x4 number 2 and better, which is the standard used in single family construction and in the top 3 floors of 5-story multifamily apartments and for townhouses and condos. When I say it's flat, it's $1,640 per 1,000 board feet, US dollars, which is the same price that it was 1 week ago for the week of May 14th. So like I said, it's been about since October that we printed flat the last time across the board on lumber prices like this, apart from eastern spruce. Dimension is slightly down, but studs are up. It's not on this list. And plywood up. Like I said before, problem with the resin supply. Otherwise flat, but if you look at a month ago, it's up, 31% on 2x4s on the west side. Here we go, year over year comparison graph showing just the last 2 data points on the blue line for 2021, flat. I would sort of venture that we've probably reached some sort of high. In the past, lumber prices going up or down by $5 a week or so. If it went up by $25, we'd be like, call the newspapers. So it's exhausting when it's up by $150 a week. Here's the graph of those same 5 dimension lumber that's in the table with the one panel, the plywood. So this is what I mean. If you look from 2019 to about February of last year, it looks flat because the extreme changes in the price, the volatility there in September, peaking and then dropping to seemingly the new low, and then back up again till today. So that's the data, and those are the prices that go to Madison's Lumber Reporter subscribers. It's just a portion of the full list of 450 individual lumber and panel commodities that we publish every Friday. If you're interested in getting the full details on time instead of later, the week later or 2 weeks later when I post it on my website or make a YouTube, just go to my website. There's a link here in the caption. You can subscribe and you don't have to wait. And so the situation is for the lumber market right now, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, there's been a real tug of war sort of going on with the customers and the suppliers about the prices. The futures and the print prices have been going up mostly because there's some really desperate people who had projects ongoing or were doing the kind of building where it didn't really matter if some of their input costs were going to go up nominally for a few loads of lumber that they were ordering. And so sales volumes were pretty low, and prices were going up just because the few people who were ordering were much more motivated than those people who could hold off and wait. So it would appear that last week there reached some kind of equilibrium, and so prices are not up. At the sawmills, the production is booked, it's called an order file, until well into June. So at this point, even 4 weeks, which is a very, very strong order file. And what I'm saying is, why would prices go down? If you're taking orders today for something that you're not even going to make for 4 weeks, why would you lower the price? So we'll see over the next little while what happens. This time of year is not normally a time for lumber prices to be going up, as the large builders and contractors have already made their orders and have in fact usually already received their wood and the bulk, like the volumes that they need for the summer. And by now prices are usually pretty soft, flat or soft. Of course, last year and this year are not normal, and so nobody can really say what's going to happen. For now, the pushback from the customers, the ability of the customers to wait and not order wood at the price that they don't like, is reached a equal level with the strong order files at the sawmills. So we won't know for a while how this is going to play out. But for now, prices are stable, and they're much higher than anything that anyone saw before 1 year ago. So we'll have to watch closely into the next weeks and months and see what U.S. housing is doing, see what home sales are doing, and check in with us here on my YouTube and on my website often to stay in touch, to stay informed.